welcome to Machida Zelvia, Tokyo's overlooked club, I would say, because if you're not familiar with Tokyo, you might not realise, but Machida is actually in Tokyo, just about in Tokyo. It's on the western edge, on the border with Kanagawa. So there are 3 teams from Tokyo in the J.League, FC Tokyo, Tokyo Verdy and Machida Zelvia. So Machida Zelvia made their J.League debut in 2012, but only spent 1 season in the J.League before going back to the JFL, and then they became one of the founding members of J3 in 2014. But since 2016 they've been in J2. The best they've done so far was a 4th place finish in 2018. But at the time, they didn't have a J1 license, so couldn't enter the playoffs. But now they do have a J1 license, and you can probably see in the stadium they're doing a lot of construction work. This is to bring the stadium up to J1 standards. So this is a very ambitious club that is looking to get to J1 in the future. So the club name, Machida Zelvia, the word Zelvia comes from the name of the Zelkova tree, which is the official tree of Machida city. That's why the club is called Machida Zelvia. They're obviously very proud of being from Machida. It is Tokyo, but it's a very sort of local community here, and they want to kind of, I guess, retain that identity. But last year there was some controversy at the club because the owner's cyber agent decided that they were going to rebrand the club and change the name to FC Machida Tokyo, dropping the Zelvia completely. They also redesigned the badge and they designed a new mascot without consulting the fans, which went down badly, as you would imagine. So they dropped those plans, they backed out of the plans to rename the club. But you kind of understand why, because you want to, obviously for marketing purposes, you want to include Tokyo in the name of the club. But for the fans, of course, that wasn't acceptable. Too many times football clubs treat fans as customers when, of course, it runs much deeper than that for most people. You support your hometown team, you support the team your family supports, and it hurts people when you try and take away the identity. So obviously that didn't go down well. So they will remain, I think, Machida Zelvia for the time being. I don't know for how long. I guess the club will still want to try to get Tokyo into the name somehow. But yeah, it's an interesting situation they have here. Also, I should say a big thank you to the staff here because I got massively lost on the way into the stadium. Somehow I managed to go through the wrong gate. I was at the opposite side of the stadium. Somehow my ticket got scanned and they let me in, but then when I tried to find my seat, it wasn't there and I had to exit the stadium and come back in. So yeah, thank you to the staff for being very kind and helping me find my seat. I'm a bit out of practice of going to new stadiums, I think. This is the first new stadium I've been to since February. So yeah, I got lost basically. And today's game is Machida Zelvia versus Omiya Ardija in J2. Machida are 11th in the league, Ardija 14th. Ardija. My local team, Omiya Ardija, I'm not a supporter, but I have a soft spot for them because they're my nearest team. I went to watch them a few weeks ago, or a few months ago now. You can see the link on the screen somewhere. In that game, they were doing really well at that point of the season. I think they won the first 4 games and they were looking good for promotion. Since then, it's been an absolute disaster. They just look like they have no purpose this season, really abject performances. So, yeah, I think this season it's going to be another year in J2 for Ardija. For Machida, mid-table, last year was quite tough. They were in a relegation battle for most of last season. The season before that, 2018, I mentioned that they were in the top 4 but couldn't go into the playoffs because of the stadium. But this year it looks like more like a mid-table finish for them, looks likely. In the future, of course, yep, they're going for a J1 license, so they are ambitious, but this year, this is really a mid-table clash today, Machida Omiya. Yeah, so Omiya in awful form, so I could see this one going to Machida. My prediction, 2-0 to Machida today. Okay, half time. Machida Zelvia 0, Omiya Ardija 0. Yeah, not much has happened. It's been pretty cagey. Two probably pretty evenly matched teams. As I mentioned earlier, both in the table. Ardija should this season be doing better, of course, but yeah, sadly they're not. So yeah, nothing much to report on the match front. But as for the stadium, my seat isn't great. I couldn't choose my seat for this game. I could choose to block, but I couldn't choose exactly where to sit. So I'm sat right at the front of the stand, and I'm pretty much at pitch level, so I can't see really what's happening very clearly, which is unfortunate, but is what it is. Nothing we can do about that. Also now in the J.League, fans can clap in time to music, so they can clap along to chants, and yeah, they can clap in coordination, so to speak. Previously that wasn't allowed, so that's a change. Also, the attendance has been increased. For this game, I'm not sure if they've increased it because it looks pretty much like 5,000 probably today, which was the previous limit. But I think now the limit is up to 20,000 or 50% of your capacity, whichever is lowest. But I think today probably only 5,000 here. It's still a very nice stadium, very picturesque, a lot of trees around the ground. Also, it'll be much better in the future when they get the new stand complete. But yeah, not a bad place to watch football, I think. Just I wish I had a better seat, but yeah, that's what can we do. So second half will start soon, so let's go back, see if either team can grab a winner in this match.
それ戻っちゃダメ。
Okay, so there we have it. That was the Machida Zelvia experience. Unfortunately, I had to leave the stadium pretty quickly because even though Machida is in Tokyo, it's very awkward to get to. For me, from where I live, I had to get a bus from the stadium to Taman Center, which is the home of Hello Kitty. I didn't know that before, so that was interesting. From Taman Center, I had to go to Shinjuku station, and then I had to get another train back to my house. So yeah, I couldn't really hang around at full time, but I really enjoyed that experience. Of course, at the moment in Japan, it's the stadium experience is not how it usually is because of the restrictions on attendance and cheering, for example. But yeah, I would like to go back if the situation improves at some point. I would like to go back and experience the proper Machida atmosphere. As I mentioned earlier, they had the issue with the naming last year, and I expect they will still try and get Tokyo into the name at some point. Of course, for marketing reasons, it makes sense. So yeah, let's see if that happens. Also, yeah, as I mentioned at half-time, my seat wasn't good for that game. I couldn't choose the seat, so I got stuck right at the front, and there were two children behind me who were quite bored, I think, and they were shouting quite a lot. You can probably hear in the video. And to be honest, I don't blame them for being bored. It wasn't a good game. It was two very much mid-table teams battling it out. Nothing really worked in that match. The set pieces were poor, the build-up play was poor, the finishing was not good. So yeah, not a great match. But yeah, it was still nice to experience a new stadium. So let me know what you thought of the Machida Zelvia experience. And also, what do you think about their plan to include Tokyo in the name of the club? Do you agree with that decision, or do you think it's a bad idea? Let me know what you think. For me personally, I think I understand why they want to get Tokyo into the name, but it's going to be difficult considering the fact that Machida Zelvia have that identity and the sort of local community aspect to it all. I think it will be very difficult to make a change and to keep the fan base on side. But yeah, I'm sure they'll try again in the future. And as always, thank you very much for the support. I really do appreciate it a lot. Recently I've been trying to release videos every Friday, so one video a week. I'll try to keep that going for as long as possible. So if you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. There'll be hopefully lots more videos of Japanese football coming soon. So thank you very much, and I will see you next time.